Everyone, welcome to the morning meeting. This is the two-way platform, and this is your opportunity to follow the news right along with us. It's a bouncing ball today. Lots going on around the world and here at home. Sean, Dan, welcome in. How was your weekend, Sean?
Feel like it was an hour short of where I thought I'd be.
Can't imagine why that is. Dan, how about you?
It was great. The weekend was terrific, and I'm just bummed it isn't light at 5:30 in the morning anymore.
Well, I will say we finally got Christmas put away this weekend, which is a huge accomplishment for March.
Sean, who's your early pick for men's NCAA basketball champion?
Absolutely.
Who's your early pick? Absolutely. Dan,
I'm going to define. I'm
who's your early pick? Dan?
I'm gonna say this may be the year that I'm gonna take the field versus those top four ACC or SEC and Duke. I think they're all gonna get upset this year.
Huh.
Think UConn? Wait, you don't think UConn gets upset?
Duke.
No, it's Auburn. I think Florida,
Alabama,
Tennessee, and I'm missing someone else. And Duke are like clearing away the top teams.
Alabama,
yeah, and Alabama, and I think they all end up going down.
I was born not liking Duke, so
yeah. Sean, the new media pool today.
Yes.
Epic Times. Explain to people what that means.
Well, first of all, there's always been this controversy. I was actually last year solved at their Christmas party, epoch versus epic.
Yeah.
It is epic. You pronounced it correctly. It's like comma. It's been around. It's got some interesting origins, but it's been around on the right for quite some time. Taken off in the last 10 years, I think, in terms of notable. But it's got an online and hard copy subscription base. It's grown on the conservative right side in the last several years, but interesting that they're there.
All right. If you want in on the conversation, please raise your electronic hand.
By the way, I know we're not showing it. OAN is the secondary as well.
Yes, that's right.
I did my homework.
Yes, sir. If you're on the two-way platform and want to be in the conversation, please raise your hand. As always, we welcome new folks, especially. And if you're watching on YouTube or X, please, peace, love, and understanding, and the presumption of grace to all if you write things in the chat. And as they say, don't put smack in the chat. All right, scheduled today. President has 3 events listed on his schedule that are all currently closed press. If passed as prologue, not all of them will remain closed press. 2 o'clock, a roundtable with Technology CEO Council. The names I've seen are from blue chip establishment tech firms that are the pride of America. Well, I don't know the full list, but it's the ones I've seen are not surprising. Then he signs executive orders at 3, and then at 5, he swears in the new head of the Secret Service. Again, I'm sorry, he doesn't swear them in. He holds the ceremony.
Ceremonial.
Yeah. Again, we'll see what ends up being open. And of course,
you want to bet on this right now? I think we go 3 for 3.
I say we go 3 for 3 too. So no betting. We'll have full coverage of those events and the rest of today's news tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, rather, on Two-Way Tonight, sponsored by the Bahnsen Group. The Vice President is addressing the National League of Cities Congressional City Conference today. Elon Musk, 4 o'clock. He is on the Fox Business Channel with a fella named Kudlow. Again, full coverage of that tonight. Bobby Kennedy, a.k.a. RFKJ, meets with food industry executives, and then he, too, is appearing on a Fox cable property. He's on a little program that we call Hannity at 9 o'clock.
The Bobby thing, he'll be joined by Lee Zeldin, and I wouldn't be surprised if a couple others, but this is going to be really interesting, this big food meeting. It's being pushed a lot by the Maha folks. I think this is going to be a real interesting, the readout afterwards. I mean, not that there's a public one, but what gets said about this, I think, will be fascinating. What approach, what tone is taken with these processed food makers, especially.
Well, but I mean, this is a fascinating issue because my Jared Polis worked on this when I was in Congress, and we got a lot of pushback from people in the Congressional Black Caucus and from whose districts are pretty rural that, it's all fun and games, but asking people to pay a lot more for food is not something they wanted to do. And it's going to be a rub.
Yeah, I think
pushing
part
for
of this
healthier outcomes and the cost.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's kind of like the China thing where people go, I hate China, but I'm going to go to Walmart and buy all sorts of cheap Chinese goods. The difference is, I think that one of the things that I think separates this issue from where it was in the past is the transparency.
Yep.
right? I've been, when you buy something and you're told, oh, well, it's organic or it's not bad for you. And you find out now that there's a lot of these dyes and things. And I know that people on this program have addressed this before, but I think part of this is, maybe it's not banning them, but you got to have greater transparency. You've got to tell people what's in them, whether it's seed oils or other things. So I think that's why I'm saying the tone and tenor coming out of this, is it a full-on attack, or is it, hey, you guys need to do more to explain to consumers what's in there? Or is there some kind of hybrid approach?